Hello, Songbird watchers. Let me say right off, this is not a soprano aria video. This is something a little different. I am downsizing and looking to find a good home for my Opera News magazine collection, or what's left of it. I had subscribed for many years and downsized several years ago, but what I kept, of course, were the soprano-focused issues. So there's 26 of them here, and I thought, I bet the Songbird Watcher subscribers would be a good target audience for these, and I'd love to have them find a new home with people who will really enjoy them. So first off, there's 12 of the Diva issues. Opera News started in 2002 doing an annual Diva issue, my kind of thing. I don't have the first two. Mine starts in 2004. So I'm going to walk through each of these. Obviously, you'll see who's on the cover, but then within each of these Diva issues, there are profiles or stories or features about up-and-coming divas, current divas, or look-backs on historic divas. I'll also add, for those who may not be familiar with Opera News magazine, that all these Diva issues and the other issues I'm going to talk about later have tons of content that I'm not highlighting. They're just great reads. I was flipping through all of these again, putting this video together. They have reviews of opera productions all over the world. They have reviews of new opera recordings, recital recordings, books, opera videos, just lots of great content. Even the advertisements are really interesting to look at from like 20 years ago and what was going on, who the singers were being promoted, etc. So first up in 2004 was Kiri to Kanawa, the Kiri Mystique. Also featured here are profiles of Renata Tebaldi, Alexandrina Pendashanska, Regina Resnick, Zinka Milanov, Maddie Mesplay, Julia Mejenez, and Kitty Carlisle. Fun stuff there. The next issue in 2005 focused on Callas and her legacy, and then also had articles or blurbs or stories or profiles of Joan Sutherland, Luisa Tetrazzini, Christine Brewer, Teresa Stratas, and several others. The 2006 edition was focused on Deborah Voigt, and then had other profiles of Eglise Gutierrez, Sena Juranek, Martina Arroyo, Casotto Berganza, Elaine Stritch, and Elizabeth Schwarzkopf's obituary. The 2007 edition was focused on Joyce DiDonato, other articles on Sills, Nicole Cabell, Margaret Price, Krista Ludwig, Elena Suliotis, Christine Ebersol, the Broadway star, Elaine Bonazzi, and several other Wagnerian sopranos. And then in 2009, there wasn't one in 2008. It came out in January 2009, not sure why. Leonie Rysanek was the featured diva, but also nice career profiles of Patricia Brooks, Kathleen Battle, Leona Mitchell, Angela Meade, Lucrezia Borri, and then Gail Robinson's obituary. 2009, October, Patricia Racette was the featured diva. There were articles on Anna Moffo, Denise Duval, Alda, Denok, Straussian sopranos, and then Hildegard Baron's obituary was there. 2010, Anna Netrebko, Rochelle Gilmore was featured, Lycia Albanese, and several other singers, Brenda Lewis, Lorraine Hunt Lieberson. 2011 featured Lauren Flanigan with special articles on Lily Pons, Karina Galvan, Tori Amos. You'll see they started to try and broaden the topics out of opera, and you'll see more Broadway and pop singers featured in the magazine. And Pierrette Allery's obituary is in there. 2012 featured Nina Stemme, Toti Del Monte, Jennifer Larmore, Podlesh, Chida Rivera. 2013 was Sandra Radvanovsky, with articles on Mariella Diva, Tamara Wilson, Jean Fenn, Shirley Bassey, Mary Martin, Grace Bunbury, and then it had Regina Resnick's obituary. Angela Meade was the featured diva for 2014, and special articles on Lucia Pop, Leontine Price, another Tibaldi story, Stoyanova, Sarah Connolly, and then obituaries for Licia Albanese and Christina Deutekam. Waltraud Meier, I think that's how it's pronounced, from 2015. Another story about Maria Callas and her legacy. Jessica Pratt, Marlis Peterson, Judith Blagan, Lila Genser, Martina Arroyo, and then a special article focused on different divas and their Met debuts, and some of those singers included Sills, Price, Scotto, Nilsson, but many others. That's the end of the diva issues. Then I have 3 issues that had Natalie Dessay as the cover story. So profiles of her at these different points in her career when she was singing at the Met. There's also an article on Zerbinetta's aria, Beverly Sills' obituary, and then one magazine has a profile of Regine Crispin, and then another one has her obituary. In these magazines, there's also many other articles on baritones and producers and different operas and composers. I'm just highlighting the diva, soprano, or relevant songbird articles here. There's 3 for Diana Damrau. Also featured that may be of interest are Irene Dallas, Emily Pulley, Jennifer Larmore, and Charlotte Hellicant. Renee Fleming, I have 3 issues. One is a really interesting conversation with her and Barbara Cook. And then there's stories about Shirley Verrett, Carol Neblett, Mignon Dunn, and Anna Tomova-Sintau. I have 2 featuring Anna Netrebko on the cover with profiles. Also articles on Judith Blagan, Raina Kamavanska, and Birgit Nielsen's obituary. I have one with Ruth Ann Swenson from 1999, another story on Martina Arroyo, and an article about the death of the trill. This 2015 issue featured Patricia Pettibon, also stories on Angela Danok, Dolores Zejek, Anna Tomova-Sinto, and the obituary for Elena Obratsova. And then the final one is a special issue for Mozart's 250th birthday celebration with stories about Arlene Auger, Patrice Mansell, Elizabeth Schwarzkopf, Mary Dunleavy, Georgia Jarman, and then an article also on the evolution of Mozart's singing style, which is very interesting. That's the collection. If you're interested in 1, 2, 5 more, email me at songbirdwatcher@gmail.com. I am looking to sell these, at least initially, so the pricing will depend on how many issues you buy. There'll be a discount for the more you buy. And then also what I'm going to do is list all the issues in the video description, and then I will update that on when issues sell. So if you're interested in an issue, you can check down there to see if it's still available. Thanks so much.